Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Chess Doctor. Okay, so this is going to be a different video from all the other videos that we have been doing. This is just reflecting on what happened last year. We're now in 2026. Today is January 10th, so Happy New Year. This is the first video I post this year. So sorry if I haven't been posting any videos over the last couple of weeks, because I wanted to make this video first before publishing any of the regular series videos. This is just to reflect on what happened last year and to answer the most asked question on the channel, which is how did I do it, basically. Because if you have been following the channel from the beginning, I went from 700 rating to above 1600 rating. And to be honest, that's not the biggest jump that I have done in this year. Actually, I went from 400 now close to 1700. So how did I do that? And I'm saying I started from 400, but the channel started when I was at 700. Yes, I started the channel in March 2025, and at that point I was in the 700 rating. But then, before that, I started in December 2024. That's when I started the channel. Right now we're in January 2026. So it's been a year and around 25 days, so less than 13 months basically. And in that period, I went from 400 to close to 1700. So let me actually show you that so that it could be a proof for this. So you can see here, I started my account on December 16th, 2024. So almost a year ago. And at that point, I started from scratch. Like this was like the very first time I played chess since I was a kid. And right now I'm 35 years old. So why did I start doing this? I was sitting with some friends and one of them said, hey, do you anyone here who plays chess? And nobody ever asked me this question before in the last 20 or 25 years. That was the first time. And I said, yeah, I play chess. And I meant by that I just know how to move the pieces. I have no idea about chess and I don't play chess. So he said, okay, let's play. I told him, where are we going to play? He said, there is an app called chess.com. We can play there. And I didn't know about chess.com. It was the first time for me to hear about it. So I opened it, I downloaded it, and I made an account. And here's it. That was on December 16th. And he crushed me. I have no idea. He just kept winning for like 4 or 5 games. Which made me very sad and also made me want to improve so that I can come back and win against him. So I started to play chess since then. So let me show you how the road has been in the rapid rating. So let's make it 1 year. Okay, so you can see here in January 2025, my rating, the lowest rating was like 413. Right now we are at 1650. I don't want to spoil everything for you. I came very close to 1700 and now I'm at 1650, and there are some videos in this 1600 rating series that you are going to see, but just I'm showing you here that I went from 400 to almost 1700. So that's almost, how much is that, like 1300 points increase, which is a lot basically. Like 1300 points of rating increase in 1 year. So how did I do it? That's the question that everybody asks. So let me tell you how it happens. This video is not going to be that long. It's going to be like 20 minutes or something. So let's start with what I did first. So when I started playing on the app, I started losing immediately. And then I saw that there is something called the game review, which they allow you like 1 free game review per day. So I started looking at this game review and I liked it actually. It was telling me a lot of things that I don't know. But then I found out that reviewing 1 game was not enough. So I had to do the premium account and started reviewing every single game. And every time I play, whether I win or lose, at that point my rating was like 400. That was in January 2025. Every time I lose a game or I win a game and then reviews a game, I start seeing that the engine is saying some terminologies that I don't understand. Like for example, they say, oh, this is a bad move. Your best move was to take an outpost with the knight. And I had no idea what an outpost mean. So I don't understand what does this mean. And then some other time it says, oh, your better move was to set up a blockade with the bishop or with the knight, or to play the pawn and block this advancement of this pawn. And I had no idea about what a blockade means, what an outpost mean, what a fork mean, what a skewer mean. I had no idea about those things. So at that point I realized that I need to take a step back and start to study the basic fundamentals of chess, basically. So for that, you cannot do this by just playing games, and you cannot do this by just watching videos. Basically, you have to read a book or take a course with someone, basically. So for me, I thought that when your rating is 400, like taking courses is just too early to do that. You should start by doing things yourself first for a while, and then when you feel like you're stuck, you can start reaching out to someone to help you. So I thought maybe let's try to read a book. Let's give it a try. So I googled like chess books for like beginners, and the very first book that comes up is Gotham Chess Book, Levi Rosman. Let me actually show you the book. Okay, so it took me a minute to find the book, but here's it. Okay, that's the book, Levi Rosman. It's called How to Win at Chess, and it's basically, it says the ultimate guide for beginners and beyond, and it's basically for beginners. That's it exactly. It just tells you how to move the pieces, the terminologies for everything in a chess. What is a stalemate? How to win? When does a stalemate happen? The en passant, those kind of things. So it's very useful for that purpose. So it really helped me a lot. And once I finished reading this book, my rating jumped very close to 1,000 actually. So when I started the channel, at that point I was actually reading that book. So my rating got boosted up to close to 1,000. But I have to say something. I'm not here just promoting this book or anything. Actually, I believe it's not the best book out there. Probably there are some other books that are better. But I didn't want to waste my time just searching for like the best book or the perfect book from the best GM out there. I just found out that this is the first one that came when I did the search, so I ordered it. Probably there are some other better books out there, so you can keep shopping around and try to find the best one and get it and start to learn the very basic principles of chess. So that was the first step, just learning the very basic principles, how to move the pieces, what are the terminologies, what is a fork, what is a skewer, those kind of things. You need to know those things, even if you're still losing. Just you have to know the basic rules, so that when you play a game and lose it and then you do the game review, you can actually learn something now because you understand the terminology. So that's what I did. That was the very first thing. So two things helped me so far: the game reviews and the book for beginners. That's it. And I'm not saying Levi Rosman book or Gotham Chess book, just any book for beginners. That's it. Okay. So after that, I realized that at 1,000 rating, I'm kind of getting stuck at there, and I'm not improving again. But then I realized like there are some patterns in the games that are happening. People are start to repeat some certain openings. So this told me that I should start to learn some openings actually. So here is the thing: before 1,000, you shouldn't actually try to learn openings. Probably you don't believe me, but when you're playing against like a 500 rated player, he probably doesn't know any openings. He'll just like push a pawn and then go out with the queen and try to attack. So if you are studying openings and try to play against this, you're not going to win. What you need to do at those ratings, as very low ratings, is that try to apply the very basic chess principles, like put two pawns in the center, and maybe when the queen comes out in the center, you can take a tempo on it by developing your knight. So you're not playing any certain opening, but just following the very basic principles of chess that your opponent probably doesn't know. That's when your rating is very low. But then when you reach around the 1,000 rating, you will realize that people are start to apply some basic principles of chess and try to play some openings like the Italian game and the Royal Pace and stuff like that. So that will be the next step for you. You need to try to learn some openings. So for that, I tried to watch a lot of videos on YouTube to learn some openings. And I thought maybe I should get a book that tell me first what are the openings, like what are their names, and just I take the name and then try to find out maybe a course on YouTube or something about that opening, and then I try to learn this opening. So then I got that book for that purpose. It's called Top 50 Best Openings in Chess. This one, it's by someone called Antoine Vu. And again, I don't know if this is a good book or not, but that's the one that I found when I was searching for openings. And it doesn't teach you like the whole setup of development from the opening to until you're like castle or something. It just tells you about like the first 3 or 4 moves or maybe 5 moves that initiates this opening, and then you can take it from there. And it also tells you like about the win rate with this opening. Like for example, let's open any random page. Okay, so this is the King's Gambit, one of the openings. It tells you that the King's Gambit for beginners, it's been played at the time that this book was published. It's been played 14 million times. Is that 14 millions or 140 millions? Probably 140 million times for beginners, and for the advanced players, it's 483 millions, and for experts, it goes down to 60 million times. The win rate was wide for beginners, it's close to 54%. In the advanced level, close to 53%. In the experts, it's 48%. So basically in the expert zone, King's Gambit doesn't work that much. So that's basically just one random opening that I opened. It looked like this. So this book has 50 openings, and it tells you like the very first 4 or 5 moves and whether this is a good, the statistics, not basically whether it's good or bad. It tells you the statistics about this opening. So I chose like 2 or 3 openings out of those and I started to learn them deeply. The Italian game basically was white, and if you have been following the channel, I've been playing this for very close or almost to the entire year. And in the middle, I tried to start playing the Queen's Gambit for like 2 or 3 months, but then I switched it back to the Italian game. So I'm gonna tell you now some basic rules that I followed that helped me to improve my rating. So the very first thing, don't play Pullet. Don't play Pullet games. Okay, you're not gonna learn anything from playing Pullet if you're just a beginner. If your rating is like 300 or 400 and you're playing Pullet, tell me what are you learning? Nothing, zero. You're not learning anything. If you want to learn and improve, you need to play rapid games. Okay, so rapid games, so it's not blitz. That's actually rule number 2. Don't play blitz. And when I'm saying this, don't play blitz if you want to improve. If you're just casually playing games to have fun, okay, you can do that. I do this sometimes. But trust me, you're not gonna learn anything from playing Pullet or blitz when you're still a beginner. You'll learn when you play rapids. And when I say rapids, I started playing with 10 plus 0 increments, like 10 minutes without any increments. And I found out that this one is not very useful for me because I get very low on the clock and I can't win basically without any increments. So I started playing 10 minutes plus 5 seconds. And now I'm playing the 15 minutes plus 10 seconds. I think this is the best one for me. It helps me to improve a lot. Maybe in the future I will tune it down to 10 plus 5 or maybe 10 plus 0 to help to try to improve at those time formats. But right now I'm playing the 15 plus 10 and it has been very good for me. I improved my rating like 1,300 points in 1 year. So if you apply this, maybe it would help you. And by the way, whatever worked for me might not work for you, but that's basically what happened with me. So I'm just telling you the story and how it worked and what I'm looking for in the next year. But anyway, so I'm just playing rapid games, reviewing the games with the engine, watching a lot of YouTube videos about openings or about tactics or anything, and try to get a couple of books and read them. I hate doing puzzles, to be honest, but I think puzzles are important. Like every time I do puzzles, when I do puzzles basically like once per month or something. I don't do puzzles a lot. But when I do puzzles, I sit down for like 1 hour or something doing puzzles. And after I do that, when I start playing, I find that I'm winning like 3 or 4 games after one after another. And instead of like winning one and losing one. So I feel like when you play puzzles, it helps your eye to quickly see some patterns or some tactics on the boards when you see them. So that's why I think puzzles are important, although I don't like them. But I think they are important. So you have to do puzzles as well. Even if you're not doing it every day or something, you should try to do it maybe once per week or something. For me, I'm actually guilty of not doing that, but I think I should do this more often. Anyway, so now we talked about the 2 books that I got, Levy Osman book and the Top 50 Openings book. I got 2 other books just for fun to maybe to help me to improve. There is this book called 1001 Chess Exercises for Beginners. This one. It's decent. I actually didn't finish it, but like I reached to like the middle of it. It shows you some exercises and it looks like this. I don't know if it's visible or not for you, but it's decent. But you don't have to buy this book. Actually, there are a lot of those exercises that you can find actually on the websites now on chess.com or Lichess or anything. But just for the fun of it, I thought maybe I should get this book. I got this other book. It's called 1001 Chess Exercises for Club Players. So these 2 books are kind of, are they from the same author? Surprisingly, they are not, but the name is very close. Like this one, 1001 Chess Exercises for Club Players. This one is 1001 Chess Exercises for Beginners. So I suppose this is like the next level after this one. So I got these 2. They are decent, but basically you can do these exercises online on any website. So these are the only 4 books that I got. Here's all of them. That's it, and I'm not planning to get any other books soon. But at some point, to be honest, when I want to go deeper into a certain opening, I would like to buy a book about a certain opening. So maybe at some point I will buy a book about the Italian game, or maybe a book about the Sicilian defense. So there are books about one opening only. Do you believe that? But that's actually how you improve at chess, that you go deeper into one certain opening. So let's get back to the rules that I was saying. So we said don't play pullet, don't play blitz. Another rule, choose one opening and stick to it for almost 1 year. And for that I mean that if you're playing e4 and you're playing the Italian game, just stick to that for an entire year. But you might say that, okay, but the responses from my opponent who's black could be different. Yes, but in that 1 year you will learn all the possible responses to one e4, and then you might get better, or probably you're gonna get better at that if you keep playing that for 1 year. You will see all the responses and you will learn how to play against that. You will review it with the engine. Maybe you will watch some YouTube videos. So you will improve and you will get better at that one specific opening. So do this for 1 year. So for me, I try to do this with the Italian game with one e4 for almost a year. I deviated from that for like a couple of months by playing d4 just to see how it looks like, and the Queen's Gambit and those kind of things. It's decent, and I started to learn some things about it, but I came back to one e4, and I'm trying to stick to it now for a while. It's been a year, but I will probably keep doing that for the next maybe 6 months or something, and then maybe I'll switch back to one d4. So that's with white. So what should you do with black? Again, the same thing. Try to stick to one certain response to any opening. So like, for example, if you're playing with black and you face one e4, you can just stick to playing e5. That's it. And see all the possible responses that could come up from white with this opening, and then try to learn this through an entire year. I know it's more difficult with black to choose one specific response because it depends on what your opponent with white would play, but believe me, try to stick to one certain response for every move and try to improve from there. Try to learn everything possible about this, and trust me, this is gonna work for you. It worked for me, so I think it could work out for everyone, or for a lot of people. And again, as I said, what worked for me might not work out for you. And for that, I would like to say that chess is for everyone. Like, anyone could be decent in chess if they apply the basic chess principles and try to review every single game after they win or lose with the engine. They will improve, and at some point they will reach to a decent rating or something. I know that for some people, they just hate chess and they just don't like to play it. Okay, that's fine. I also don't like all the sports out there. For example, I live in the United States here, and I don't like the American football. Just not my thing. Yeah, chess is not for everyone if you don't like chess. But I believe that anyone could be decent at chess. If they just start learning and studying and put some time into it, you can become decent at chess. It's not rocket science or anything. It's a complicated game, like, don't get me wrong. It's very complicated, and it's very difficult to master it, especially if you start at a late age. And actually, I should talk about that, about the age thing. So I started when I'm 35 years old. So imagine if I started at like 10 years old or 15 years old, probably I would have been much better by now, of course. So if you're watching this and you're much younger than me, I think you have more time and you probably have an edge over me, and you can become better than me faster, because that's how it works. Because chess is like learning a new language. So if you learn a new language when you're 5 years old, it's better than starting to learn when you're 35 years old. Imagine someone who started at 5 years old, and 20 years later when he's 25, look at his accent in that language. And if someone started at 35 years old and 20 years later when he's 55, look at his accent. Which accent would be better? The 25 years old or the 55 years old who started at 35? Definitely the guy who started at 5 years old. So the same thing for chess. If you start at a very early age, you will become much better than anyone who started at a later age. So I don't know if this is enough for everyone. I tried to say what happened over this last year, and basically all the videos I'm sharing on this channel, all the games I'm sharing on this channel are just Rapid games, and I will keep doing that probably for the next year. So what are my goals for the next year? My goal is that I would love to reach 2,000 rating in the Rapid rating. So hopefully I would be able to do that. So we have 12 months, and we have almost 300 or 350 rating points to go up. Maybe I can do it, maybe I cannot. You might say you improved 1,300 points in 1 year, so you can do 300 definitely in another year. No, actually, because now it's getting more competitive and it takes more time to improve, and you have to learn some openings, and you have to be very sharp in the game. So it's getting more difficult now. So my New Year's resolution now, and my goals for the new year, is to reach 2000 rapid rating. So let's see if this is going to happen. So this was the video for today. How did I do it? How did I go from 400 to 1700s? And now we'll get back to the regular series videos. So we're still in the 1700 rating series. So that will be tomorrow's video, which I think day 2, because we only did day 1 in that series. So we'll start tomorrow with day 2 and we will take it from there. So let me know in the comments if you liked this video or not, and if you have any other questions, you can hang out in the comment section and try to answer it. And I'll see you tomorrow in the series video for the 1700 rating. Have a good one.